Don't believe everything you read. The truth many headlines overlook, and there are a lot of questions right now regarding the real estate market as we head into 2022. The forbearance program is coming to an end, and mortgage rates are beginning to rise finally. And with all of this uncertainty, anyone with a megaphone, from the mainstream medium to a lone blogger, has realized that bad news sells. Unfortunately, we'll continue to see a rash of troublesome headlines over the next few months and probably forever. But to make sure you aren't paralyzed by a headline, turn to reliable sources for a look at what to expect from the housing market next year. And these are already alarmist headlines starting to appear. And here are two recent topics you may have seen in the news. Number one, foreclosures are spiking today. There are a number of headlines circulating that call out the rise of foreclosure in today's real estate market, and those stories focus on an overly narrow view on that topic. The current volume of foreclosures compared to 2020, and they emphasized that we're seeing far more foreclosures this year compared to last. And that seems rather daunting. However, though it's true foreclosures have been up over the 2020 numbers, it's important to realize that there were virtually no foreclosures last year because of the forbearance plan, and nobody could go into foreclosure. So if we compare this September to September of 2019, the last normal year, foreclosures were down 70%. And even Rick Sharga, an executive president of the firm that issued the report referenced in the above article, says as expected, now that the moratorium has been over for 3 months, foreclosure activity continues to increase, but it's increasing at a very slow rate. And it appears that most of the activity is primarily on vacant and abandoned properties or loans in foreclosure prior to the pandemic. So homeowners who have been impacted by the pandemic are not generally the ones that are being burdened right now. And that's because the forbearance program has worked. Ally Harrison, president of auction.com, explains that the program has done a remarkable job. And he said the tsunami of foreclosures many feared in the early days of the pandemic has not materialized, thanks in large part to the swift and decisive foreclosure protections put in place by the government policymakers and the mortgage servicing industry. And the government is still making sure that homeowners have every opportunity to stay in their home.